at the beginning of last year I was actually single, and God told me that I was going to get engaged before the end of the year.
You are the one who reigns from above.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Naya. If it's your first time here, my name is actually Ifnaya, but most people call me Naya. I'm a faith and lifestyle YouTuber based in Canada. A lot has been happening. Like, I literally got engaged, had my traditional wedding, and it was back to back, so I really felt it was right to let you guys in on what's been happening, provide some context, you know, a little life update, especially because I never also posted about my relationship on YouTube. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this life update style video. I'm so excited to carry you guys along because y'all have been, especially people that have been here from day one. I've been vlogging for a long time now, and I don't know, it's been a slow build of community, but yeah, my community has been building slowly but surely, and I'm really excited. So welcome if you're new here. I've also gained lots of subscribers. I guess this could also serve as a get to know me kind of video as well. Okay, let's start from the proposal. You guys saw how shocked I was at my proposal because I had no idea that it was going to be that day. Like, I knew it was going to be that month. I already started suspecting because we had a photo shoot planned, so I was like, oh, he's definitely going to do during the photo shoot, and he made me think he was going to do during the photo shoot because I had to start saying, please, I want to be surprised at my proposal. Like, I don't want to have any clue, any idea, and I feel like you're going to do it at the photo shoot, so just change any plans that you have to. Because yeah, I literally just told him I want to be shocked, and I was shocked, and I don't even know if I liked it because I was too shocked. It was supposed to be my friend's wedding because she had her wedding the week before, so she wanted us to do a Thanksgiving, so she said a Thanksgiving for the wedding. So I was like, okay, this makes sense, right? Just for me to open the door and I saw, will you marry me? I had to move back. I said, maybe it's the person behind me. I said, maybe it's the person behind me that they're proposing to, because what? Yeah, and he was also supposed to be in a different city, and I have his location. So tell me why I was seeing his location was in Ottawa and he was here in Toronto, and I'm like, this is crazy. Something, I'm telling you, like, the whole I feel like, no, he actually really understood the assignment because I wanted to be shocked, and I was. Anyway, so we had the proposal in November, and then we got married in December 23rd. We got married in December, and it was so beautiful. I feel God truly ordained, like, God orchestrated everything so well, because from the time we got engaged, we had an introduction first before the proposal, so I already knew that we were going to get married, and you know, the whole thing, because we needed to, I don't know how people do the proposal first. I don't know, maybe this is the whole thing, sha. But we needed to be sure that both our families agreed and we had both parents' consent before he proposed to me. So we had the introduction first and then the proposal. So we're still trying to decide if we're even going to have a traditional wedding or just do the white wedding and all. But my father is an Igbo man, so we had to do a traditional wedding in Anambra. So it just felt like, so if we want to do our white wedding in a few months, we have to do traditional wedding in between that. So it just made sense to do it in December while we're all in Nigeria. But it just so happened that my family was already planning an event in December. So if, like, I don't know, like, it was just perfect timing. It was just perfect timing because lots of our family members were already traveling down, and I was like, oh, we can just literally have it on the same day. And so we had it on the same day with my mom's event as well, like you guys saw in the traditional wedding video. So initially we didn't really have a full plan, or like, oh, like months before, like, oh, we're going to have a traditional wedding, but it's just something that, I don't know, it just happened. It feels like it just happened, honestly, and it worked out perfectly, we thank God. Planning, I didn't even plan most of my traditional wedding. All I was concerned about was my outfits, and even with the outfits as well, because I thought we were just going to have a very small traditional wedding. So I really planned to get one dress, so I got, which is the red one that I got, which is the red dress. And then the week when I go back to Nigeria, my traditional wedding was the next week, and I'm here, oh, like, you have to wear one outfit to come out. Actually, I knew that, but I was just for some reason I'm just like, yeah, like, it's a small traditional wedding, doesn't really matter. But anyways, I ended up getting 3 outfits, and what's so funny, guys, is that the black outfit and the purple outfit, they were very last minute, like very last minute. That purple outfit, I'm telling you that that's not even the design that I gave the tailor. I don't know how, But it came out way nicer than I expected. I don't know, like I can just literally see God's hand in every single detail, and it's so beautiful because even the things I didn't really care about or put too much attention towards, like God just made everything beautiful, and like that's literally all I can see. I didn't know how to do lots of things. I almost didn't even get a gele artist. It was literally the week of the wedding, or no, like 3 days before the wedding. I was talking to Pastor Brandy and my friend Sharon, and they were like, oh, who's doing your gele? And I'm like, I don't know, my mother-in-law will do the gele. Like I'm sure she knows how to tie gele. But yeah, they were like, no, you should get a gele artist. And I'm like, okay. I literally found a gele artist, and honestly, the person that did my gele, she was so helpful throughout the wedding. Like that's why I'm telling you, like God literally orchestrated everything. I didn't think about getting a gele artist, but she helped me take content. She helped me, like, just even, she, like, yeah, she was just amazing. Please, if you're in Anambra and you need a gele artist, book, I think it's Ruka's gele or Ruki's gele. I'll put it down here. But she was so amazing. Like, no. And even my photographers and videographers, those are the things I actually booked ahead of time. But yeah, everything just worked out well, so thank God. At the beginning of last year, I was actually single, and God told me that I was going to get engaged before the end of the year. And I was like, this is crazy, but like I just felt it so strongly that I was going to get engaged before the end of the year. And I literally remember telling my sister and her friend that, yeah guys, I'm going to be engaged. And they're like, oh, you don't have a man now, so how, like, it's not adding up. And I'm like, yeah, I just felt strongly that I would be engaged at the end of the year. And when it happened, they're like, guy, like, it's actually true, like you said it. Even though everything is happening fast, it doesn't feel that fast, because I'm like, okay, like God already told me about this, so I'm not shocked, I'm not like surprised. But just seeing it play out can be like, oh my gosh, like this is actually happening. It's definitely been such an exciting period for me, and like I'm just so grateful to God. I think one verse that I have held on to for a long time is, known unto God are all his plans from the, I think it says, known unto God are all his plans from the beginning of the world, or something like that. I even made an Instagram post with this verse because it just, like, I don't know, it just lets me, like, I'm at a place of rest where I'm not anxious or worried about what tomorrow would look like, or when God would maybe answer a specific prayer. Like, I'm just following God day by day, and I think that's the best way to walk with God. Yeah, like anytime I try to get worried or, you know, anxiety creeps in, I'm just like, known unto God are all his works. Like God knows what he's doing. He already knows the end from the beginning. So it says, known unto God are all his works from the foundation of the world. I found peace in knowing that God is not trying to figure out the path he's taking us on. The plan is already laid out. All we have to do is align and walk in obedience daily. And I hope you find peace in this too. And so for me, it's like God knows the end from the beginning. He knows when I'm going to get married. He knows when I'm going to have kids. So I try as much as possible not to let, you know, the fear or anxiety of these feelings or any of these feelings overwhelm me. Or yeah, I'm just resting in God's plan and just knowing that, okay, I'm praying to God, like, let me just be aligned to your will, let me just follow your plan day by day. And that was even literally the way my husband and I met. Like, God, I'm actually really excited to share the story of how we met, because you will just see that it is God's divine timing. It is just by following God, walking in obedience to him. God told my husband to move from one city to another city, and him being here and everything happening. Oh God, you guys, I don't know how to share the story without getting into much detail. But when you follow God's plan for your life, literally everything just starts to align. The lines fall in pleasant places. And so it started from God telling me at the beginning of the year that I was going to get engaged, to me now talking to my husband, and, you know, we started dating and courting and then getting engaged and actually getting married. Like, when I look back at last year, the way things happened, I'm like, this can only be God, and this can only come from, you know, just walking in obedience to God daily. And so I'm so grateful to God, and I know that I don't just want to do this video as just like, oh, like, let me talk about my life, but honestly, more so, let me tell you guys how following God is actually what you need to do. Walking in obedience and aligning yourself with God is actually what is most important. You can literally trust God with your life. I don't know, I've just come to a place where obviously I'm still trying to, you know, there's things that will come up here and there every day that will make you feel a bit worried, even with wedding planning right now, because I'm planning my own wedding and I keep asking who sent me. But honestly, even in that, every day I'm finding strength, and just God whispering to me, like, he's here, he's my Ebenezer, he's my helper, he's going to help me through this phase. And I'm not planning this wedding alone, I'm planning it with him, right? But planning a wedding is stressful. I'll be real with you guys, like there's some days I feel like crying, and then yeah, God's like, girl, I got you, like calm down, calm down. But yeah, anyways, yeah, and so right now we've had the traditional wedding, but we're going to still have our white wedding and then move in and all that. And I'll actually start feeling like a married woman, because now I'm just like, I'm traditionally married, but we haven't moved in together, we haven't found a place, so we're still house hunting. Hopefully we'll find a place soon so we can move in, start furnishing. I'm so excited. I have a few months before I fully become a married woman, so I'm trying to soak it all in, spend more time with my family, my friends. Obviously I'll still be seeing them when I get married, but it won't be as often, you know, because I live with my family right now, like I mentioned. So it's definitely going to be a whole new angle or phase on this channel, like just vlogging, wedding, house hunting, settling down, being married now. Like guys, like I think it's when I say things or when things actually start happening that I'm like, I'm now deeping it, like oh my gosh, like yeah, we'll see what God has in store for all of us, because this life is truly a journey of faith. You know how people are like, oh, they've never really they are one of those people that never dream about their wedding. I'm one of those people that I have dreamt about my wedding to the T. Like I have dreamt so much about my wedding, so everything with my white wedding, I'm planning it, so I'm really excited, even though I get overwhelmed a bit, but I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to try on my dress. Oh my gosh. Like I'm really excited for my white wedding, and yeah, I can't wait. Gosh, like you guys, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be beautiful. My husband is also in ministry, he's a pastor, so it's going to be, I don't know, I feel like my life is changing completely. I'm going from not just being single and not being like, I served in church and I served on my young adult leadership team at my church previously, so I've been in ministry like a bit, but obviously I've never been a pastor's wife, or I'm not a pastor, so it's definitely going to be much more different. But I'm excited for the change, and I know that obviously the God that called me to it would sustain me and give me the grace that I need. Because people always ask like, oh, how do you feel about being a pastor's wife? And I'm just like, oh no, honestly, if this is what God has called me into, he'll give me the grace. I just see it as another way that I'm going to be serving God and in another capacity, and I find like it's an honor, so I'm excited for it. And honestly, thank you guys so much for all your lovely comments and prayers on my last video from the traditional wedding. Like it means so much to me, honestly, especially people that have been watching my channel since day one, since I started, because I started years ago. I've not been the best with consistency, but I'm so grateful. Like it's just so beautiful when you see how God truly orchestrates our life. Like he knows the plan, he like, no, I said, God, for I know the plans I have for you, like truly, and just to see everything come to fruition is honestly so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to God. And yeah, and I just pray that you guys continue to experience God's goodness and mercies and favor in your life. Like honestly, if there's anything I would say, is just stick with God's plan. Like follow God, follow his plans for your life. They are way better than anything that we could have planned for ourselves. I even know when I was in a relationship and God was telling me to end the relationship, I was like, God, but I like this guy. And I remember just so many seasons that God has brought me through in terms of relationships, people I had talked to in the past, and it just didn't work out. So I'm like, oh God, like why this and why? And just to see God knows what he's doing, and our little steps of obedience will honestly bring us into the abundance that God has for us, exceedingly abundantly, more than we can ask or imagine. And I think all we need to do is just walk in obedience to God and trust his way and trust his plan for our lives. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions or anything in the comments. You can also send me a DM as well. I'll be happy to read and reply. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
So I boldly proclaim